Good morning everybody, welcome back to LilyLuLou. If you're new here, my name is Karen. I'm also known as the Junk Journal Geek. Welcome, and if you are a returning visitor, I appreciate you coming back to spend your time with me again today. I'm hoping Max is going to cooperate today and be quiet, but as soon as I've sat down he's at the back door again. So I apologise in advance if you hear any whinging. So as you can see, I am returning to Dephemerember again. We are up to number 10 and the prompts are leaves and envelope. So straight away when you think of leaves, you think of leaves on the tree, but I also thought of maybe when somebody leaves you, or what about pages in a book? You know, you have leaves of a book. So you know how I love to reuse an envelope. So my idea is to make this envelope into a notebook and the pages will be the leaves. That's where we're going with this. So my first job is to tidy up this envelope, and I'm going to cut it down to make it, you know, the sort of size that would fit into a journal, whether it be tucking it into a tuck spot or what have you. So I'll just pop you on pause for a second while I do that trimming. I'll be back in a moment. Right, I've tidied these up, cut off that tatty old edge, and then I thought, oh, if I cut that envelope in half, I can make two little notebooks. And then what I did is I trimmed the edges to make them, you know, so that they would open. So I've got that one opening that way and this half opening the other way. So I can make two little notebooks. You know, one can be that sort of notebook and this can be that sort of notebook, if that makes sense to you. So the first job I need to do is decorate the little covers I've made, and then obviously we've got to do something with our animals, and we have got to put the leaves of the pages in. So let's start off. I've got next to me, actually I've got a box next to me with papers in, so let's have a look and see what I've got here to decorate. I wasn't so organised. I've got some papers here that were freebies in a magazine. I don't think it says which magazine it was on here anywhere. So I can't give you that information, I'm afraid, but maybe we'll have a play with these. So I might have to go off and do some more chomping in a minute, but let's have a look at what we've got. That one's quite nice with the scripty paper. Anything else here that's calling to me? Maybe the butterflies. Maybe the music. There's nothing there that's leafy to bring in another element of leaves as far as I can see. So yeah, let's use these two sheets. So I've got scripty and the postmark. Now if somebody leaves and goes away, maybe they've emigrated, so they've left and they're writing back to their loved ones that they've left behind, and that's what these postmarks are all about. There you go, got a bit of leave in there in another sense as well. So that's annoying. That's a bit too wide to go that way. Oh, that'll be all right, because if I cover it that way and it's a flippy up and downy affair, that's okay. The script will still be okay. So let's glue this up. and stick it on. And I'm just going to use glue stick for this. And I may, well, I probably will stitch around it, and I will probably stitch the pages in the middle on the machine as well. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. So let's put this down. So how is everybody today? I hope you're all happy and well. What are you all working on at the moment? I'm having a bit of a rethink in my business life at the moment. Not that I'm changing what I'm doing, but thinking about changing the way I'm doing things. So spending a lot of mental energy on that right now. So I think I may just fold that over and glue the other side down as well. And then it should be quite nicely stuck and strengthened. There. Oh, Max is back. Can you hear him? Pitter patter, pitter patter. He's come to see what I'm up to. And he's back at the back door. He's looking out the window, and there's leaves and things blowing in the garden, and he thinks they're birds, and that's why he keeps crying to go out. It's not actually that he needs to go out. He wants to go and chase what he thinks are birds in the garden. So, right, I'm going to leave that one to dry for a second, and then I think I'll just do the same with this one. So, no, Max, we're not playing that game today. So this one, I can do that way. And then I'm hoping that once that's dry, I'll be able to refold it, or I can score it along that midpoint, and all will be well, she says, hopefully. Max, leave it. You can't keep going in and out. Mummy's filming. Go lay in your bed. I'm getting a bit sticky here now. Trying to find the pages I haven't used yet. There we go. Oops. Glue sticks on the floor. Leave it, Max. Oh, sorry about that. I'm probably... Max, leave it. Probably knocking the camera all over the place. Sorry. Right. Right, I'm going to do exactly the same again. I'm going to glue up the other side and fold the paper over, and then I will trim the excess off. So I wonder if anybody else thought of this with their prompts. I haven't obviously kept up with all of the Dephemerember videos because, you know, it's hard enough trying to, well, I didn't keep up with mine, did I, in the end? And I got behind on watching everything, so I haven't seen much of what anybody did. But that's what's good about these challenges, is the way everybody interprets things differently, puts their own spin on things. Even when you do interpret the prompts in the same way, you put your own spin on things and come up with things that are completely different to what other people have done. So it's always interesting to be involved in these challenges. Right, I think I am going to need to cut these rather than tear, because I will have some torn edges and some straight otherwise. So if I cut them on the guillotine, at least they'll all be straight. So I'll pop you on pause again while I chop these down. Okay, I've cut those down. So I've got my scraps here in case we want them for anything. So now I need to score these so that we can refold them. That's 7, 1, 2, so that's 3 and a half and 1 over. So that should fold about there, hopefully. That's about right. And then this one is 9 and 2, so that's 4 and a half and an extra 1. Sorry, I'm talking out loud. I'll work out what I'm doing. So that one should fold about there. So that looks about right. So we have 2 notebook covers. I'm hoping that they will be, this is not going to be too chunky to go through my sewing machine, so that I can, as I say, I can stitch the signatures in. So I think what I'm going to do now, I have to pause you again, I'm afraid. I want to stitch round the covers all the way round. So I'm going to go and do that, and I'll be back again in a sec. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but I have stitched around the edge of those. That's that one, and that's that one. So now I just want to round the corners a little bit. I can find my corner rounder. So I'm just going to do the tiny one just to protect those, because if this is going to be tucked in somewhere, it's going to be pulled in and out. I just want to make those corners a little bit more protected. You know, the square corners tend to get damaged. And the same on this one. And then I'm just going to ink those. Do like a little bit of ink. I'll probably put one of these in the Dephemerember journal that I've been using, and the other one I might save to use in a different journal. I've got a few journals in the pipeline that I need to make, so it would be good to have some ephemera ready to go. Pleased with how these have come out. They feel really nice. So I don't know what weight that paper is. As I say, it was a freebie in a magazine, but it's not card, it is definitely paper. I'm guessing it'll be about 120 GSM maybe. It's not thick paper. but that doubling it up with the envelope in the middle has really worked. It feels really nice. So now I need to find some papers to be the leaves to go in the middle. So I don't think I've got any tea dyed papers left. Do I have any packaging paper to hand? Let's have a look. Yeah, I have some here. So we could make some packaging paper pages. So rip some of these and see how we go. The packaging paper is never square, so you might get 2 straight lines if you're lucky, but then that's it. That one be wide enough? Yeah. So let's use this as a sort of a template. I'll worry about the length afterwards. Let's just get the width sorted. And I reckon 2 or 3 sheets in each one. If I'm going to be stitching. And that's going to have a fold in it. Mind you, it will probably flatten out as we go, won't it? So let's turn this around and go the other way. That'll make more sense. Max, you are not going out. So that's 3. It's always good to use up all this stuff that's hanging around, isn't it? All these old envelopes and packaging paper and what have you. I love it. So that's 4. Should get 2 more out of this. That's good. Just got 6 out. Got a couple of scraps left there, and a bit more there if I do want some more. So let's do this one first. I'm going to want 3 about that long. Let's see if we can get this semi-straight, straight-ish. So, 1, 2, 3. We'll see how that feels. I think my machine should be able to go through that all right. It feels like it could take a lot more actually. But if I had elastic, I'd probably just tie them in with elastic. I don't, oh actually, just check my sewing box. Won't be a minute. Now, I had a feeling that somewhere I had some thin black elastic that I could have used, but it's not in my sewing box, and if it's not in there, I have absolutely no idea where that would be. So now I've done this wrong, haven't I? Because, or have I? They're going to be a bit diddy, aren't they? Should we try this? Can I get any out of here? I might get a couple. So I would want them to be about there. And then can I get like this? I cut those. I should have only done the 3 for that one and then turned the paper around to do the other one for this. But hey ho, what can we get out of here? Oops, make a bit of a mess of that. Right, let's try and neaten these edges. Let's do it that way. I should do it this way, shouldn't I? It's easier. Max, will you please leave those poor things alone out there? You're not going out. There's nothing to chase. You're being silly. He's sulking now. You've got Maxie, you've got your toy. Good boy, play your toy. Right, so is that going to be right? Oh look, all that, this is too wide. So these need to be about that long. So one. 2, 's a bit shorter, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get a scrappy piece out of there. So, get one more out of this. My pages are in there, that's okay. Let's straighten that last one up. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, so we've got those in there. Do you think we can get one more in there? See how my machine copes. It's got 4 in each, so I'm just going to see if I can stitch those in with the machine. I'll be back in a sec. Right, so I've got 2 little scrappy notebooks now, so they've come out quite well. So now they just really need decorating and they're ready to go, you know, wherever they're going to live. These do need burnishing down. So that's that one with all its silly sized papers, and then this one's a bit neater, but not much. So we need to pop on here. On one of them we're going to have our number 10, which is here. So I've only printed one set of these numbers out, so obviously I'm only going to have one number 10. So that's got to go on one of them. And then I thought we'd put the animal on the other one. What are we going to use? Could have the butterflies. Or we could cut out that moth and have a giant moth. Got a seahorse, a turtle and a toucan, a penguin, a snail, a fish and a peacock. And here we've got a kangaroo and a partridge, a giraffe, a hamster, a moth and a hedgehog, and those butterflies. Haha, look what I have here. Set of 3 butterflies. My scissors are sticky, naughty. My little scissors, those there. How funny that this set of 3 butterflies is in with those papers. Looks very similar to that set of 3 butterflies that Louisa prepared for the Dephemerember. And how funny that I've come across them at the same time. Sometimes it's just meant to be, isn't it? I was just thinking I could draw around this over those butterflies to cut out the same shape. Then I'm thinking, oh, I've got those Framelits dies that I had out the other day to make those frames for that folio. I could maybe use those to cut out those butterflies, because I think, not sure that that would fit in if I drew around that. So we could have one on there, and right, just bear with me, I'm going to cut this out with my Big Shot. Right, I've got stuff everywhere now. Now I think I'm going to have to rethink this, because looking at the sizes of the Framelits I've got, that one is too big. It's going to hang over the edge if I cut it out with that one. And then if I go to the next size down, that's slightly too small. I'm going to be chopping off bits of butterfly. So I'm going to try and see if I can, if I draw around this, if I get everything in, if I miss, you know, if I'm chopping anything off doing it that way. So back to plan A. Let's see how we got on. Now I've got framelits out, I've got the big shot in front of me, I've got stuff everywhere, and this is turning out totally different to what I had in mind initially. So I'm just carefully drawing around this shape, and then I'm just going to I'm going to see what it looks like, and then hopefully just cut inside that line so that we have a similar shape. I don't know why I'm trying to match it when, you know, these are not going to be used in the same thing. So if I bring that down any lower, I'm going to chop off the wings again. So let's see how this looks. It's funny how you start these things and then they evolve as you go along, isn't it? These projects seem to take on a mind of their own sometimes. You start off going one way and you end up going in a completely different direction. That's the fun of junk journaling, isn't it? So it doesn't really matter if these don't match because they're on two different books, which will probably end up in two different places anyway. So I may well chop the top of this off because this has got writing in now, which I don't really want. I was just going to say then, Max seems to have settled down. And then he started again. He must have heard my thoughts. It looks a bit wobbly, doesn't it? Just trying to decide which looks better on which book. I think the colours of the background papers work better this way round. So I'm just going to round the top of this. Can I do it freehand or do I need to draw around something? That's better. Right, let's get these inked up. I wonder how long this video is today. I thought this was going to be fairly quick today, but it feels like, obviously I've stopped and started the video, so the video isn't going to be as long as the actual time I've taken. But I feel like I've been at it for more than an hour. So it'll be interesting to see how long the video is going to be when I've cobbled it all together. Right, so we're going to pop that on there and that on there. Now where's our number 10 going to go? think our number 10 might be too big. It's going to cover up butterflies. So I might pop number 10 in here. So let's give it a bit more shape. Gone quiet because I'm concentrating. Still don't feel like my voice is back to normal, you know. After that silly cold or whatever it was the other day. It only lasted a couple of days and then it went away as quickly as it appeared. But my voice doesn't seem to have recovered for some reason. A bit weird. My hubby's stirring upstairs. Max can hear him. Right, I'm just going to use a bit of this as a glue page because I've got stuff everywhere now. I can't get to my sticky page. So I'm just going to pop that down there on the inside so that we know it is number 10. And then I'm going to pop my butterflies. I did ink them, didn't I? Let's glue that up. Just trying to decide if I need anything else on here, decoration wise. Let's see if I can get that sort of in the middle, sort of central. And this one on here. Sort of central. Now, I do have some other butterflies I could stick on. I'm just walking to the other side of the kitchen. Try not to have an avalanche of boxes. I'm just going to have a look and see if I want to have another butterfly in the corner, maybe, of each one. If I've got any little ones. These are all digis. I've got some little tiny ones. I think they're mainly from the Digital Collage Club, but there may be, well, there will be others from elsewhere. I don't know what sort of colour I would want. Right, we don't need to rummage, got plenty of selection there. If I use this one, you don't have to watch me cut anything out again, but I think it's too much yellow on there. I don't think that yellow one works. I think I like that one on there. So what we're going to have on here, we've got that one, and that one. I think these are too small. I think that's the right sort of size. Can't even pick it up. Right, let's have a look and see what this one looks like. Sorry, it's more fussy cutting. I think these need a word on as well. But I don't know where my... I've got one of those, you know, pads of sticky words and phrases, the Tim Holtz ones, and I don't know where that is. I've got other words floating about somewhere, but do you want to be hanging around while I'm searching for words? Probably not. My tummy's rumbling, it's breakfast time. Right, so we could have that one there, or up there. That is flying away. He's leaving. Oh, see what I've done there? Not sure though. I don't want him going off the edge, because if he's going to be tucked in somewhere, then he's overlapping there. Really not sure. That is definitely the best place, but I'm not sure. I think they're going to overlap too much. So I think I want a word or something. Do I have any words handy here? Let's have a quick rummage. I was sure I had some words out, but I can't see them. Right, so I think I'm going to do my usual and say I will leave it there. And if maybe when I decide where they're going, then that will dictate what they need to finish them off. But there we are, 2 scrappy little notebooks with leaves inside, made from a junk mail envelope. So I hope you enjoyed watching that. I hope it wasn't too faffy for you. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you stay safe, take care, and enjoy your own crafty time. Bye-bye.